Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'm going to be offering my brief commentary right after this quick clip. Peace.
I want to say we are better than this. We embrace all students. We have a responsibility to teach and reach all students, period.
We have talked to the principal. We've also have our assistant superintendent, HR director, now conducting interviews up at the elementary school.
Express my sincerest and deepest apologies to our families, to our patrons. Again, we are so much better than this.
Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. So as you can see per the video, the Idaho school teachers and administrators vividly, clearly, transparently displayed how they felt about our Latino and indigenous aboriginal people by having that Make America Great Again wall. And it's really I mean, they just manifesting what's going on inside of their mind. And I'm gonna play a clip of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talking about how Texas, Arizona, California, New Mexico, all this used to be Mexico, and this was stolen from our indigenous family because they down there in Texas, they didn't want slavery, right? In Santa Ana and our Latino brothers and sisters didn't want slavery. So the white people were against that. They didn't want slavery of black people or the darker people, right? And this is the history that they never teach us because they don't want us to see our commonalities. They don't want us to see that the Latino brothers speak Spanish, but they're not from Spain. That's a European country. Their ancestors were conquered by the conquistadors. They don't want us to see our commonalities, that we speak English, but we're not from England. We're not English men and women, right? Our ancestors were raped and robbed and spoiled. So it's us knowing the root or our commonalities that will unify us. And that's why our enemies continue to rule over us, because we don't know such precious and valuable history. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the clip. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'm signing off. Peace.
They say there are 12 million undocumented aliens. They're frightened. Mexicans becoming politically active, economically strong. Now they take little Mexican babies that were born in America, send them back, deport them, and send the mother back with them if the mother wants to go. If the mother was undocumented, the child was born in America. Well, you say, okay, what should we do? See, you want to punish the ones who come across the border, but I don't read where you're punishing the manufacturers that use cheap Mexican labor. I don't see you being hard on corporations that have fled the country and put manufacturing in the hands of cheap labor overseas. Millions of manufacturing jobs have been lost, over 7 million manufacturing jobs, by ceding manufacturers to cheap labor markets overseas. That's traitorous to the country. See, you got to call it like it is. Is money more valuable than the sovereignty of a nation? See, this is our America now. You got to say something about this. Now the borders have to be sealed because you don't have employment for the millions that you do have. But if you seal the border, you should make a track for everyone that's here to become a citizen. Now, why do I say that? See, you got to go to the root. That's what radical means. Go to the root of the problem. I wish, do you have upstairs that map of what Mexico looked like before white folks took it? Give me a microphone. I want to go down here. Testing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This was Mexico. See? Texas was a part of it. New Mexico was a part of it. Nevada, Arizona, California, part of Colorado, part of Wyoming, part of Utah. That was Mexico. Well, how did we get it? I use we, but it ain't me. It ain't us. We're not a part of the crooks that belonged to Adam, the first crook. But look at this. Here in Texas, this was Mexico. Over here, Louisiana, right? Mississippi, Alabama. See, this is slave states all up in there. So Mexico wanted to populate some of the northern part of Mexico, so they allowed the Americans to come in. See, that's how it starts. Come in. You let them come in before, and you lost everything, right? All right, you let them in. So the whites came in, then they began to bring their cousins in, their uncles. Before you know it, they wanted to bring slavery in. The Mexicans did not approve of slavery. What? Mexicans didn't approve of slavery? No, they didn't. So the whites, in order to get around that law, they called them indentured servants for life. Now, let's see if we can start a war. See, that's how it happens. You got to understand the modus operandi of the enemy. He comes in, he makes trouble. Then he starts a war. Then he takes what he had in his mind all along by superior military strength. How did we get Puerto Rico? How did we get Cuba? How did we get the Philippines? A lie was told. A ship got blown up in Havana Harbor. The ship was called the Maine. And that led to the Spanish-American War. And after America won the war, Cuba was ours, Puerto Rico, the Philippines. So a war started over here. hand, Americans won. They went all the way down to Mexico City. In the treaty that was signed, I think it's called the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, Texas was taken. Then for $15 million, they got all of this. 15 million. So the Mexicans that were living here, you could stay. Isn't that nice? Or you could retreat below the border, but the border of America and Mexico now was the Rio Grande. Now here come some Mexicans. You open the door. This is the land of promise. This is the land of opportunity. So they come. Well, that's good. They're hard workers. They work in the fields. Back-breaking work. But they do it. And they've made America their home. Close the door. But give them all a chance to be citizens. Now wait, don't use them. See the path to citizenship. Join the army. Hey, 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 hey. What the hell is that? See, you just like ancient Rome. You conquer people. You don't want to fight for your own country, so you bring immigrants in, and the pathway to citizenship is you put them in the army, then send them to die, and if they live, then they can say, my country 'tis of thee, sweet land of slavery. Of thee I sing. See, this is rough talk.